Last thing, Alex. Lot of talk lately.
What?
In the last couple of days about sign stealing, specifically the Dodgers. A couple of things have come out. One I sent you late at night. It came out. Evan Drellich, who's a writer, came out with a book, "Winning Fixes Everything," that just came out. And in this book, it mentions some sign stealing that happened, and it mentioned an unidentified member of the Red Sox accusing the Dodgers of engaging in the same sort of stuff that we all hear about from the Astros. In the quote, he said, "The Dodgers have always been the thing that bothers me the most," said the member, per the Boston Globe, "because they're the biggest cheaters in the whole effing industry. They were doing it against us in the 18 World Series." And then that kind of created some more digging to be done. And from that digging, today, another article was dug up from Tom Verducci back in 2018, where he talked all about sign stealing that was going on in Major League Baseball and how bad it was, specifically mentioning the Dodgers and what they were doing. So a lot going on here. And in that Tom Verducci article, at one point he says, "Here's how quickly things have changed," according to a Dodgers source. 3 years ago, if you walked into the Dodgers video room behind the Dodgers dugout, you would have found Zach Greinke poring over the video of opposing hitters and really studying. This year, you walk into the same video room and you find a small army of 20 people in polo shirts. I wrote in my notes, poo shirts. I don't think it's poo shirts. In polo shirts and slacks, looking over video from the in-house camera feed. These cameras are not used for training purposes. They are used expressly for stealing signs and deciphering tells from the pitcher. All I am here to say is if people are just still deciding to blame the Astros, you're wrong. And what the Astros did was wrong. And what teams were doing in Major League Baseball is wrong. It got out of hand. Major League Baseball had and did do something about it eventually. But I'm tired. I'm interested to hear what you have to say here. I'm sure you're just going to poo-poo it like the people in the poo shirts in the video room. What do you have to say about this?
Innocent until proven guilty.
We're never going to hear anything.
Exactly. And you know what? I remember around this time, we weren't allowed to have monitors down in the camera pits because you're right next to the dugout and it could turn and you could see the broadcast and people in the dugout could see the broadcast. So I know it was around that time. So it was definitely a shift.
Do you really think the Dodgers weren't doing anything?
I don't know. A part of the game is trying to figure out signs, right? That's been like since the start of time. And now that you have video and all these camera angles, I'm sure every team was looking at the monitors of the broadcast. That became a big thing. Like the broadcast couldn't play in certain arears.
That became the thing after
the Astros.
Right. So this is from 2018. And how many people are saying, well, where's the proof? One, we will never see literal proof, but how many players, how many writers need to come out and say, yeah, this is what's happening? I mean, you want to say people haven't talked about it? Who's talked about it? Chris Bassett, Eric Kratz, Josh Reddick, Tucker Barnhart, Chris Sale, Chris Bryant, Steven Souza Jr. have all come forward saying the entire league was stealing signs. Some of those players played for the Dodgers. So look, my whole thing is, and it's specifically Dodgers fans that get so up in arms about this because of the 2017 World Series. You know what I think it is? I think Dodgers fans are the most mad and in denial because they were so quick to point the finger after what came out instead of just looking in the mirror and understanding that, you know what, it probably was a big part in the game of baseball. I think they're mad. I can see it in Alex's face right now. She's mad. And it's okay. It's a big part of baseball. It got out of hand. And like you said, we will never have physical, hardcore proof, I don't think. Until
we did from the Astros.
Because Mike Fiers came out because he was mad that he got released from the Astros and said exactly what they were doing.
Give me some hard evidence, then I'll accept it.
We won't find it until probably 20 years from now when players come out and like, come on now. We won't. But players speaking out, coaches, managers, articles, it's like, come on. It wasn't right. It never has been. Major League Baseball stepped in and did something about it eventually. But if you think your team wasn't stealing signs and doing what the Astros were they banging a trash can? Probably not. But what they were doing is getting signs electronically and relaying it to the batters, and that crossed a line, and more has come out lately about teams doing it. And yeah, it's news. It's in the news last couple of days, so we need to talk about it. Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.